Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be something slightly different. It's going to be a sit down video where I'm going to chat through with you 5 style mistakes to avoid in 2022. So obviously we are into a new year. I'm looking at refreshing my wardrobe. I'm looking at how to maximize the items I already have in my wardrobe. I'm looking to refine my style a little bit more this year, and I thought it would be fun just to put together a short list of 5 things that I think we should avoid / I'm going to avoid this year, so you can take these tips with a pinch of salt. Hopefully you don't take them too seriously, but they may well help you to transform your style this year as well. So if you are excited for the video, please do give it a big old thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get into tip number 1. Okay, so the first mistake to avoid in 2022 is buying clothes that don't fit you. So I myself have been there, I'm guilty of it, we've all done it. And these days, I think because oversized clothing is very much a trend, a lot of us are spending money on oversized items, but we might be getting them a little bit too big, which means that months, years down the line, actually they're not really on trend and they are just too big for us. On the other hand, you could also be doing yourself a disservice by picking up items that are too small for you. So what I recommend doing is going into either a shop or a retailer, or you can do this by buying clothes online as well, but pick up a couple of different sizes in an item that you like and try on a few different sizes and see what is the most comfortable fit for you, what looks flattering still, what doesn't look too oversized and as if it's drowning you, and also what fits nicely and isn't too kind of skin tight to your body. One thing that I tend to avoid personally is wearing clothes that are too tight for my body. I like to wear clothes that fit nicely, but they're not too clingy, because I think that makes a look a little bit less expensive and polished. So something else to avoid is unflattering colour combinations. So this one can be a really tricky one to nail and a really tricky one to get to grips with, but I think the more you look into it, the more you can kind of tell which colours work together, which colours don't work together, and avoid those unflattering combinations. So a really subtle combination that can be quite unflattering, if you're wearing a neutral outfit and you go for lighter, pinkier tones of neutral against kind of darker camely tones of neutral, that look just tends to clash a little bit and is actually quite unflattering. Personally, I find the colour brown to be quite unflattering when paired with blues, greens, yellows. Colours like that I think are just a little bit too garish to be paired together. I think the safest way to steer clear of avoiding any unflattering colour clashes is to stick to a more neutral colour palette. And this means tending to avoid items which are a little bit garish, a little bit overly patterned, a little bit too loud and bright, and sticking with pieces that are a bit more interchangeable. This knit, for example, that I'm wearing today is from New Look and is probably going to be the kind of extent of any patterns that I'm going to be going for in 2022. I'm going to keep my patterns to a bit more of a refined palette, I think, to a stripe. I may well, of course, pick out some florals in the summer or some polka dots, love those, but anything too bright and bold and garish can be a bit unflattering when you pair it, especially with different colours which don't quite work as nicely together. Now, the next style mistake I think a lot of us are guilty of, and that is purchasing quantity over quality items. I myself have been guilty of this in the past, and 2022 is the year where I really want to focus on investing in those key wardrobe staples rather than buying lots of different items and wearing them for a little bit and then kind of forgetting about them and not really wearing them. So I'm going to be spending my money on investing in pieces which fit within my wardrobe but also fill the gaps that are missing in my wardrobe. I think a lot of us can get swept up in trends, and I don't think trends help with this quantity over quality. I think there's definitely a pressure or an impulse to buy certain items when actually our wardrobes are probably doing a pretty good job of keeping us clothed and keeping us stylish all year round without us even realising and needing to add too many new pieces to it. So I think the focus for 2022 for a lot of us should be quality over quantity. The next style tip I think we all need to avoid is wearing the wrong shoes. Now, it can be so hard to find a pair of shoes that work with your mum jeans, with your leather leggings, with midi skirts, with joggers, with all these different pairs of bottoms, and they look flattering. For example, I would never pair a chunky trainer with a short or a midi skirt. I just don't think it's flattering at all. Another thing to also consider is boots. So if you're deciding to wear boots with jeans, for example, make sure you look at where your jeans are cut off. If the jeans are cut off too long down, then you don't really want to go for a chunkier boot because it makes the bottom of your outfit look very heavy and very clunky. However, if you've got a cut off jean which is slightly more cropped, definitely pair that with a chunky boot because you can see more of the boot, makes your ankle look a little bit slimmer. So that's one little tip I would say. If you do want more kind of footwear styling tips, let me know, because I'm thinking about doing a separate video entirely about footwear. So let me know if that would be of interest to you. But I do think it can be really, really hard to juggle your footwear, and you have this great outfit, but then you can so quickly ruin it with the wrong footwear. Finally, I think we should all pay a little more attention to our accessories this year. So 2022 is going to be the year, I think, of accessories and finding your personal style through accessories. And accessories doesn't just have to mean earrings and necklaces and rings. Accessories can also include bags, they can include belts, they can include headscarves, sunglasses, all of those good things, headbands if you want to wear headbands. Just having a little bit of fun, layering some pieces on top of what could be quite a basic outfit, I think is such a good way of brightening up your wardrobe, making pieces in your wardrobe a little more interesting, adding a little bit more life back into your wardrobe. I think it's such a good idea to spend a little bit of time on your accessories, and personally I have like a dedicated area in my dressing room for accessories, and I just love playing around, and I can't wait to accessorize even more in the spring and summer. And that's going to go ahead and conclude my 5 style mistakes to avoid in 2022 and tips on how you can avoid making those mistakes. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do give it a big old thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love to have you around for the long term, so feel free to hit that subscribe button. The new videos from me every single week, and I hope to see you very soon in the next one.